Hey guys, this is Randall Root, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit more about members and level paths. I had mentioned them in a previous video, and hopefully that kind of warmed you up for this, because I find this probably one of the more confusing aspects of working with MDX. I think it just has to do with the variety. So I had mentioned that you can look at the dimension name, the hierarchy, the level, and then individual members as being a common pattern you're looking for. And that's true. And you can also think of it as being able to drill down from dim titles, titles by publisher. And collapse that. Hey. Okay, well. Not sure why it's not reacting. There we go. And then the next level will be publisher, and then after that you can go ahead and drill down to a member, and from there you can drill down to a book inside of that. Now that's interesting thing is that it drops down to the next level, and you don't have to actually specify the next level if you know the member. So if I go ahead and run this query, I've specified the anger is the enemy as the particular title. If I go ahead and take that out, I'll see that New Moon Books sold that many values. Now the only problem with this is that you have to kind of know what titles were being sold by New Moon Books. Now, you can go through and remove certain things and still make it work. So, for example, I've removed the name of the dimension. It's no longer there, but because the system can actually locate titles by publisher and not be confused, it's able to go ahead and navigate down through that list without the dimension being referenced. And if I continue to take things off, such as the hierarchy now, it may or may not be able to find something. In this case, the problem is that although I thought this was a level, it's really a hierarchy. Oops, sorry. And then it tries to look at this New Moon Books as a level. And then it tries to look at is Anger the Enemy a member of that level. And oddly enough, you don't get an error message, you just get a blank. Now I think that's part of the confusing thing as well. If I get an error message that was reliable every time, it would probably make me or help me to learn what needs to be done. But when it just gives you a blank, it's a little hard to troubleshoot with that. That's what's going on though. Here's another example. Let's see here. I've got the dimension, but I go straight to the member. So I've left out the level and I've left out the hierarchy. But still, it works. That's because the system can actually find it. Now you would think that, you would think that that would actually cause an issue, but it didn't. Notice that if I go here and say is Anger the Enemy, I get 108. If I put New Moon Books in there, actually I get 108 in that one too. I guess I need to find a book that sold in more than one store. Let's see here. That's an easy way to do that. Well, not with the code that we know. We'd have to use a cross join later on. Let's just wait on that. But anyway, the deal is that I'm using just the dimension name and then the member and drilling down beyond that. Here's another one where it's just the member itself. I'm not drilling down through its parent, and I still get the value. And even like this, if it can be found, it should work, and it did. So it's kind of interesting. I didn't even specify the dimension at all. However, that's a very unique member, and so the cube was able to locate it. I would say that in general, if you can be specific about what you want and type it out, you're better to do so. One of the things that makes it kind of easy is that you can drag and drop and it'll give you the full path. One of the bad things, though, unfortunately, is that it won't give you the name. It will just give you the key value, the identifier. Now this is, I find, annoying because, well, my typing isn't all that great. I would much rather it give me the actual name so I didn't have to type that in, but it doesn't, so you're kind of on your own. You have to actually take that out, the ampersand there, and put in the name to actually get that full path. It's a drag, but it does save you a little bit of typing. Now be kind of careful. If certain combinations just don't work well. So this would be the dimension, this would be the attribute hierarchy, and then, but I was thinking it was a level, and then another level, and trying to find it from there. Get a blank. And it's because it really wasn't a level, it was assumed to be a hierarchy. And that would be this one, and it didn't find titles under it. Oopsie. Now, if I try this combination, I go to titles, dim titles, start at the all level. Now, all level is actually a member, and then go down to is anger the enemy. Nothing. I said level. It's kind of weird because all is both a level and a member. It's one of the stranger ones because, well, it's a level that has a single member, which is all, which means that it represents both things. Okay, let's try another one here. So dimension level. Actually, it's going to assume that that is a attribute hierarchy. And then New Moon Books as publisher. And then is Anger the Enemy. It's a child of that. Let's see if it works. It doesn't. And again, it didn't just figure this as a level, it figures a hierarchy. Okay, so a lot of stuff that doesn't work. Let's see if we can find a few that does. So I start with the all level, or I should say member, and then drill down. Oh. All didn't take it. I guess it evaluated as a level at that point. There we go. And let's see here. What else can I show on that one? If I were to go through and is there anything deep? Oh, I know. Let's do date stuff because there's a few levels in dates. Okay, so if I go ahead and start off with dim dates dot all dot year. Now year is a level, so I need a member. How about 1997? I think there's a value in there. Oh, all is also a function. Way too much fun. Incorrect syntax. Okay. .98. Not getting a value. I wonder if all is no good. Ah. No, that's not right. Let's see here. Let's break down years. Oh, I'm way out of scope. Okay, 1992, 93. We'll put all the level back there. 1992 looks like the one. Okay, now I'll take all out. Much better. And then if I go down to, let's say, 1992 is the member, and I want to go down to a month. So our months are set up like January. Gives me a blank. Let me go ahead and drag January over. That's 1990. That's 93. There's 92. Now you can see that it's the first month, first quarter, first month of 1992. And you know, I have to say that this is probably not the best way to navigate down through a hierarchy like this. And it's certainly not the best way to name your surrogate keys. A better surrogate key would have been 1992 -01 for the first quarter, and 1992 01 for the first month. Now, if we had used those designations for our surrogate keys, it would have made life a whole lot easier as far as when people wrote their MDX code. Also, putting in names with the dates, years attached to it, helps a lot as well. Okay, let's see what we get. Still nothing. Okay, what have I done wrong here? 1992. Well, I must have had some sales somewhere. Let's see, how about quarter 2 and 5th? Interesting, it shows up with a nice human-friendly name. Okay, let's see. June is still in the second quarter. There we go. 160 in June. I kind of had a dim recollection of that being there. So now we have a dimension, a individual member, interesting that they chose month. Okay. It's the lineage for the identifier. Very strange. Now, to kind of help you with working with the various different paths, you can also use these built-in functions for navigating through it. And that is the topic of our next video. So I will see you there.